Aiyuk versus Minnesota, or Amon-Ra St. Brown versus Baltimore. Ooh.
Standard, I think Aiyuk is the play here. With McCaffrey banged up, Minnesota's secondary is still bad. And Debo's also banged up. I don't think he practiced today either. So they're both questionable headed into Monday night. I think Kyle Shanahan is still going to draw up a great game plan like he normally does. And in standard leagues, I don't play in a lot of standard, but in theory, I try to concentrate on the big play ability, the explosive plays, the touchdowns. And since that's more what we're going for in a standard league, then I would favor him over Amon-Ra, who's more of a PPR low ADOT kind of play.
And from a macro perspective, the game total projected by DraftKings Sportsbook is higher for the San Francisco Minnesota game. That could easily turn into a big time shootout game. The long week in a dome at Minnesota. You mentioned this Minnesota defense is bad. Bounce back game for Brock Purdy is in play, especially given that Christian McCaffrey is very questionable for this game. You mentioned Debo. I think losing Trent Williams is going to hurt. And Minnesota has had some strong defensive line play here and there from Hunter and company, but Amon-Ra, it's so hard because he's so consistent. He's so consistent, and the offense does run through Amon-Ra, given that David Montgomery is out and Jahmyr Gibbs may be back in, but we know what Gibbs is going to give us. He's going to give us mid-pack running back too, right? Maybe he can spike a little bit, but the number one read in the offense for Detroit is always going to be Amon-Ra St. Brown. But you mentioned the touchdowns. I want the shootout potential game with Aiyuk versus Minnesota.